Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Entropia content. Now a whole bunch of exciting stuff going on today. I gotta stop shaking. Now maybe we'll start off the game with a little bit more crafting. Yesterday was a pretty wild episode. Got the big global, what was it, 85 peg crafting the Sandrunner fuel cells. Let's do another big global spinning the Bitcoin wheel. We're at 133,989. Boom, 134,002. So that was a big milestone. I want to get that up to 140,000 soon. I have to make up for my political losses. Gambling on the casino or on the political outcome was not good for me. And anyways, so yeah, we'll do a little bit of crafting and we'll read some of the viewer comments. Thankfully, the excitement of the show, yesterday's big global, got the excitement going in the chat for YouTube. So we'll definitely check out the comments from that today. Big happening. But yeah, I had some big happening with getting my NVIDIA Shield working properly. Got Risk for the original PlayStation emulating. Played it last night till like 5 in the morning. It was insane how much I love playing that game. I missed it so much. Even playing on the easy setting, man, the computer was tough to beat, so I'm gonna have to try cranking up the difficulty, trying out some new scenarios, getting back into the Risk. It's nice because it's been a while since I've gotten like really into gaming. Some of those binges where you just can't stop playing it. It's nice being addicted like that. I was thinking, man, I could use that to help me break my addiction from overeating. Be too addicted to the game to even eat. Say, man, that's not really the key to breaking addictions, just swapping one with another, but you do what you gotta do, right? I think I gotta move a little bit more into the queue, right? There we go. That's more the edge of the queue. Gotta find that just right spot. Now, and the other thing I noticed with the emulator, setting it up with Shield, they don't really give you a whole lot of instructions to do it, so a lot of it you gotta figure out on your own. The one problem I was having with the Saturn is I couldn't get the games to load. I was like, what the fuck's going on? Something with the BIOS, but I got the BIOS in, copied it to the correct folder, got the right BIOS. And then I was reading and watching videos and I found out there was a key to the instructions. So you gotta take the name of the BIOS file, and once you copy it into the folder, you gotta change the name and label it this new name. So I did that, labeled it the new name, and now it's working. I was like, geez, couldn't believe that the whole time. Here's the problem was the BIOS file was labeled wrong. Which I found weird too, because I thought labeling the BIOS was only required for one of the engines, and I tried both, and they both had the same problem. So I was surprised the same problem, or solution fixed both, or I haven't checked the other one. I'll have to check it. Basically on Saturn, there's two emulators to choose from. I'm sure the advantages and disadvantages is sometimes it works better with one than the other, depending on the game. I don't know if it emulates anything like Risk did on PlayStation last night. That was some solid emulation. I could not tell the difference between the original and the emulator. Man, I loved that Risk game last night. That was really fun. If anyone's looking for like a role-playing game, strategy type video game, Risk, the board game, has been translated into games a few times. I'll see if I got them around handy. Yeah, here's two of the ones. This one's Risk for PlayStation 2. That one's a pretty good version. Here's another really good version, Risk for Genesis. This is the one that I think the Intellivision Amico should try to copy. Because the way they have their new controller, where it's like two controllers and with a screen on them each. You could do the battle features really good with that. Like the way the Genesis version worked, you had a screen each and you battled, but the problem was is the other person could just look over at your screen and see where you're running. So that's where the Intellivision Miko controller would be really good for that game. Now for today I'm not really looking for a global. What I'm really hoping for is to get some more prints. I could use a Sleipnir print. Man, getting low in clicks now. 5,000 left, and though there's a sub-warp print, it's not too bad. Maybe the game was like, oh, that's all the Sleipnir prints you're gonna get. Shouldn't have sold them so cheap. Now that was like a lifetime Sleipnir clicks. Like, pretty sure everyone who's driving a Sleipnir in the game for the next 10 years, they'll have gotten the blueprint. I owned it at one point. Probably looted it. I had a lot of Sleipnir clicks. Now, if people have been asking me too, what new games am I going to start streaming next? The one that I want to start streaming next is Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, once they get it going online again. Because that's my favorite game to play, and I can't really play other games that are first-person shooters and enjoy it, because I really miss Battlefield 2. So once they come out with that game, that's when I'll start streaming a new one. Will anyone come out with that game? It's debatable. There is a collaboration between two Battlefield 2 fans that decided to make the game themselves from scratch because they can't wait for the company to make it. And they've started to remake it, and they made the Capture the Flag version, which is kind of cool. But I don't really like that version much. I was always a big fan of the Conquest. So we'll see. Like, I'm worried, how are they going to get the helicopters and everything, vehicle mechanics down? That'll be a hard thing to do, I would think. Unless this is really like just an engine that you base your character skins on, then you go from there. That's how I started to realize that playing a lot of retro games on my Nvidia Shield, all the ones that I own, and all the consoles that broke, and now I can replay them again on ROMs. I started to realize is that a lot of times when video games were being made by companies, there was just like an engine. And then people would take that engine and put different skins on it, and then that'd be a new game. Like those side-scroller games where you have a guy that runs sideways and jumps up and down. That's like a pretty standard engine. People just put different skins on it, call it a new game. Same thing with like the TurboGrafx 16. A lot of those games are all one engine of just like a ship moving and bullets flying everywhere. You're trying to dodge it. You're just moving as the screen scrolls, and they add in different skins. It's amazing how simplistic video game design was for so many years. To think like the actual knowledge to make a game wasn't really that groundbreaking. Well, I guess making the actual engine, that would be a challenge. For the gamers or the game coders that were developing engines, that's fucking mind-blowing. But for the ones copying and pasting skins on, adding in the audio, that's why it's amazing too to think like even these days anyone can make their own game. Like we can make our own NES game. All the engines are out there. You can just add in the skins. Program it however you want to behave. I was thinking one day I'd like to make an NES game. That'd be kind of neat. Now they even have online features. So can you imagine you can make your own NES game, program it so that it works online, and have the cartridge developed, sell it under the table. Black market rings, flea markets, cash sales. Not that I do that. Now I was thinking about getting into the flea market thing and doing cash sales and seeing how long you can get away with it, but it's too risky. It's copyright infringement, people can catch you. I know the different markets I've shopped at over when I was a kid, there are a few pretty sketch booths, but usually they add in quite a few real ones. So it's not just a whole booth of copyright. Remember in the old days it was the flea market booth that sold all the DVDs. They were just copies, not the original. And DVDs and VHS, that was quite the generation. Some players missed that. Back in my day, we used to buy drugs from gangs. Now we can just get it from the government. Oh yeah, fuck, I think I was fucking with the streaming and changed it to 720. I was doing a live stream last night on YouTube and trying to get it to work with 4K, or not 4K, 1080. Couldn't even get that, so I had to turn it down to 720. I'll have to watch some tutorials on how to pick your speed for Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, for OBS. Alright, we're up to 835 subscribers. Seemed like last night's live stream helped me get a few. Alright, we'll play or pause the video. Alright, well, we'll check out the screen. For God's sakes, I just hope I don't forget to move it back. Alright, so Lawrence Cano, he put, Mindark's early birthday gift to you, bro. Congrats. And I said, thanks. Yeah, it does feel like an early birthday gift. I was actually having my birthday party earlier that day. Whoops. Meant to stop the stream for Mindark. Or pause the crafting run. Alright, it says, Scud put, huge congrats, Leland. It's about time, mate. Yeah, I guess I was overdue. Thanks, man. Yeah, that was sweet timing. Now I was bitching a lot about how this print never globals, so now I can't anymore. The game picked the perfect person to use as an example to give the global to. Recorded it and showed everyone. Right, Rodney Thompson put congrats, bro. I put thanks, man. I like my own comments, not because I really care about it, it's just because I'm trying to help the algorithm. The more interaction, they said, boost the sharing. Alright, so Dan Davis put nice hit. And I put thanks. I like my own comments. Alright, and 5 likes. Only one of them's mine. We're doing really good this episode. Now let's go back to Entropia. No, thanks everyone. It's nice to get some comments to go over in the next episode each day. In the future, I'd like to imagine once I've been doing enough vlogging outside, we'll have enough people commenting in the chats every day to have a decent conversation going on every episode. So that's what I'm hoping. When I do the vlogging outside, I can get some players into 2 different games. The 2 ones that I play, Entropia and Clone Evolution. Both of them are fun games I like. And I like my Nvidia Shield. God, playing Risk on it, yeah, it was classic. I heard there's a new version of Risk that came out on PS4. I might even give it a try. Because who knows, maybe I should be streaming some more modern games. If I like Risk for PS4, maybe I'll stream it. Now I heard what happened is they heard the complaints about their latest Risk. What they did is they came out with different Risks, each rendition for like Genesis, PlayStation 2, Sony 1, PS3, PS4 had their own. And normally what they would do each time is they would add and take away different features, like add generals, add bases, add in different maps, and then mix it up. Like some have more different maps, some have generals. Oh, a hoverboard, crapster, sweet. That was a good print. I like that one. So anyways, yeah, they would mix it up. And then recently for the PS4 version, they took away all the generals, all the bases, or they took away a lot of that stuff, maybe not all of it, but what they did take away is all the maps. So they put it just to the original Risk map. And everyone was kind of bitching, they're like, what the fuck, if we wanted to play just the regular Risk map, we would just break out the board game, or play one of the older versions. It's like it doesn't matter what you've added to the game, if you took away all the extra maps, that's just not very nice. You gotta stop letting the R word slip. Retarded in a good way. The world of opposites, where words are not allowed to mean what they mean. It's good. Never had words meaning what they mean usually anyway. That's what I'm thinking. I'd like to come out maybe with my own Risk game. Design a Risk game. Because I've played Risk games for a long time. Just need to meet up with some sort of person who's good at skinning different engines. So we can skin some engine to play Risk. Make different features like different maps. Have online modes. I like the different dice modes too. The one I was playing for PlayStation last night was the general tactics ones. So you get a general, you level them up, and then the higher level your general is, the more tactics you can use. So you just pick like between like sort of like a football game where you pick plays. You pick Risk scenarios. If you want to do a sneak attack, if you want to do regular head-on charges, or retreat. The retreat option, the PlayStation 1's a good feature. So when every time your place is getting attacked, you can decide whether or not you actually want to fight it out or try to retreat. So it's nice, every once in a while a big force will get hit by players and you can just pick to back out and retreat and regroup into a bigger team. It's a nice feature. Now the other nice features that I got going on today is my roommate picked up the new bike wheel for me. Finally they got some in stock, so I'm going to try fixing my bike. It's the last nice day of the year, they said, and it's going to go to ice and cold. So maybe I can fix it and still have time. So as soon as we're done recording today, boom, I'm outside working on my bike. Should be doing it right now, but I figure I'll help with the show, get that done first. And I'm working on my NVIDIA Shield, trying to get the Saturn finished and set up. Yeah, I noticed this batch of vapor oil doesn't smell good. I always wondered what was the shelf life on vapor oil. Doesn't ever look different, but it starts to smell like resin, where before it used to smell like honey oil. Yeah, it's very resiny. I'm sure it depends how much you bleed from the tank too. Each different layer is better at collecting, and if you pull each layer into one chamber, it's bound to taste like it. Yeah, that's what I was wondering with that one demo that came out for the Intellivision Amico system when they showed Earthworm Jim just running. And people are making fun of it, saying, oh, they hardly have any of the game done, all they have is them running. And I was thinking, well, maybe that's what it means, is when you're developing a game and skinning a character into it, once you've skinned him enough that he's able to run in the game, and that's a lot of the game finished. Could be wrong, but and I'm sure you have to do a bunch of different skins, like him being able to run, him being able to walk, him jumping. Then that just has to repeat over and over. It's not like we're talking rocket science to make a 2D side-scrolling action game. Now that I've been watching just gamers making their own games, it's amazing what they can do. That's how I was hoping the Atari VCS would be a console, or it would just have all the engines so people could skin their own games, make their own shooters. Not just side scrollers and yeah, like RPG Maker, that was a successful game for a while. Although I never made an RPG game. I don't think I ever managed to pick that up for anything. It was for PlayStation 1, was it? Or PlayStation 2 also? No, the Bong silencer still hasn't arrived, and I checked the Alibaba order to see if it's coming, and it says it still is. Maybe there is legitimate backlog, some of the stuff coming from India and overseas. Though my Chinese packages seem to be on track. Maybe a week later than usual. Last thing. Now I noticed that like right when the whole lockdowns and stuff started, I was able to get packages from Wuhan or all the different places, Shen something, and it was only taking like a week for it to arrive. So it's like, holy, if these packages really could carry the virus for a month, they'd be everywhere from the shipping ports. But I don't think it really was. What did they say? The risks of contact tracing from an actual surface was really low, as far as I know. Could be wrong. Better check the World Health Organization. I'm not offering medical advice. Yeah, I forgot. I had my window open. Well, this is pretty wild. I think everything did work. Might have to try a new crafting terminal. We'll see what the results have been on this one. Yeah, it's wild. Everything's working now. It's nice to get Saturn working because it was my first system that I ever bought with my own money. Bought it used at the game store. I didn't anticipate how good Dreamcast was going to be, so I ended up buying the Saturn too soon. Should have just waited for Dreamcast. But it was neat to have both. I think, how did it work in my gaming years? I think I started off supporting Nintendo by gaming on the NES. Then Super Nintendo I was a big fan of. Purchased that one, or used that one the most. And somewhat like the Genesis and the Master System, but didn't play them as much, just at other friends' houses. But yeah, Nintendo 64, got that one, supported Nintendo in that one. But GameCube was the system where I switched. And then I never got the GameCube. I ended up switching to Sega at that point because I'm like, alright, I'm tired of the direction Nintendo's going. I want the latest, best graphics still, so I switched to Sega. And that's when they had the Sega Saturn, and then they had the Sega Dreamcast. And then after I switched from Dreamcast, I switched to PlayStation. Then I stuck with Sony up until PS4. And I was thinking of making the switch back to Xbox, or for the first time to Microsoft. But their 4K system was not digital only. That's what I was looking for. Wanted 4K digital only. So I'll wait till they come out with a console for that. Maybe I'll get it. But it really depends on which system's going to be able to play Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. And if there's no system that can play it, then I'll probably keep waiting until that system comes out. I'm not going to fight it anymore. I'm not going to try to keep trying all these new games. I just want to go back to the game I like. Can't believe they ever took it away for good. Bastards. No, it was good to have a break from gaming though. I was playing that game to death, so once they shut the servers down, that was good. Teach us all a lesson, what it's like to go 20 years without the best game ever. No, it hasn't been 20 years. It's only been shut down since 2012. So that's quite a while. Be coming up on 10 years soon. Alright, maybe we'll check out a new crafting terminal. We have been soaking this one dry. We just got another success out of it that was a big one. We got some hoverboards. Yeah, hardly any prints. We got a dodge out of this one. Where can we get the prints at? Try C&D Lagoon. This one is a very popular crafting terminal, but I don't get much luck here. Maybe I'll put some of this stuff in storage, see if that helps. It's like Halloween, right? Go to the house with an empty bag, they'll give you more. Give more. Give more. Wave to everyone. Karlek, he should have came for the Halloween costume. He's got a pretty good outfit, no? Reminds me of the Terminator. I'll be back. And let's see how this terminal does. Think it'll be any better? We need some prints. AD-PEG globals are good too. Can't believe an AD-PEG global is possible with this print. I would have never guessed. And I didn't even have to push it to full condition. That's the nicest thing for me to learn, I think. No full condition was required. Now some people will be skeptical and say, oh, you could have pushed it to full condition and got a really good global. But how do you know I wouldn't have just pushed it all the way to full condition and it would have just gave me 0 each time? That's usually what happens. At least at the queue, it's still a little bit in the green, but the bar has moved a little bit. Having a 100% quality rating print allows me to move it a fair bit before it turns yellow. Alright, maybe I'll try a new setting, but before we do that, let's get a quick message from the sponsor. Today's crafting hangover was brought to you by Crack! Crack! It'll fuck you up. Alright, welcome back everyone. Let's try a little bit by the T. See if we can beat it, or 80 peg global. Imagine we were at the T when we hit it. That would have been impressive. Now I should go on the very edge of the T. See if I can almost be on the N. There we go. So that's quite a bit of green still. Yeah, this mat is pretty nice at Club Never Die. Big purple cassette. Kinda wish I had the money to boost these crafters. I don't think it actually affects anything that I'm making. Oh, there is a print. Monster truck. Alright, 86. I like the monster truck prints. Haven't got too many of those this run yet. See, they're giving me a pretty even cycle of prints, right? So I figured once I got the Bonzo Slim Jim, that was going to be it for the rest of the run. Can be bad luck, but I'll open up the print and check it out. Yeah, monster truck. We got some energy source too. Yeah, definitely don't have any other monster truck ones from this run. Alright, we got some more flags from Romania. If anyone needs a Romanian flag, just let me know. I collect them. Yeah, I wish I had more speed bike, eh? Only 64 clicks. PRXs are okay, but man, speed bikes would be nice. Oh, that's why. It was like monster truck and monster truck wheel. It's getting the two mixed up. So I got the wheel and the monster truck itself. It's pretty good. Alright, so what do we got? The hoverboard, warp drive. I should take the warp drive and put it with the other components. Got your energy source, yeah, energy source, warp drive. Yeah, this steering column. Wonder what components it needs. A lot of the Vixen Android stuff. On the wet ski fiberglass. That stuff's probably impossible to find. If anyone's seen any, let me know. So we'll do armament, space thrusters, sub-warps. Energy source. It's nice now that we can stack the prints. I can imagine what these runs used to be like before I was able to stack them. It was a nightmare just to fit all the prints. Yeah, I sure hope fixing my bike outside goes well. I got some backup parts coming from Amazon. So just in case I screw it up, at least I can try it again. It's not a bad idea. It's me working on stuff to have a few extra parts. Duplicates. Couldn't hurt. Now if I get my bike working, then I can do some biking videos. And what I want to do is test the cameras and microphones to see if I can do talking and biking, or if it'll be too hard. I have seen vloggers do it, so I'm thinking maybe I can do it too. We'll give it a try. Might be pretty ambitious to think that I can. Yeah, there's a lot of fails at this position. I think I'm out of here. I like the cue. It provided what I needed. Why ask for more? Yeah, the one thing I'd like to get in the future is be able to record the show with a silent computer. So maybe I'm going to try doing is changing my setup so my computer is on the other side of a big wall and just have the cord run under around it. So that way even if the computer is making noise, it won't be anywhere near where the show is recording. I think that's not a bad idea. Because really I just turn the computer on and off from my mouse and stuff, so it doesn't really matter where the computer itself is. I think making my computer silent isn't really going to be possible. That'd be sweet. Now for the bike project today, gotta take the back wheel off. Take out the tube, the old one, throw it out. Maybe swap the tire on from another tire onto it, because the tube and the tire are shot, but I'll have to keep using the same rim because the rim works really good. I shouldn't say really good, but at least it works. Or it did before it got a flat tire. Yeah, we'll see. If I put another new tube and another tire on it and it still gets a flat, then I'll have to go for a whole new back wheel. Yeah, it's getting moment of truth. See if I can actually fix this. If I get the bike fixed, then it's gonna be time. Yeah, it wasn't such a bad hit there. Almost one ped. Yeah, it's hard to imagine what the Crafting Mania blueprints is going to be like. It's coming up, holy, such a fast amount of time. I gotta start putting in the order. I'll do it after today's episode. Yeah, maybe I'll do that right now. Put in the order for it. Pick up the rest of the materials I need. Didn't really get much in the way of prints here either, eh? Well, I guess Monster Truck, that was pretty good. Really stingy on prints lately. Alright, so let's filter it to the weapons. And limited. So we'll need more animal hide. Lazarium we have enough. Diagnum we have enough. 3, 6, 9. Oil we'll need. Do I really need oil? Yeah, no kidding. Just regular oil. And soft hide, we'll have to get some more of that. And wool, we'll have to get some more of that. See how much I got in storage. Alright, so what I'll need to do make a list of the parts that I need. Animal hide. And wool. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now I'll have to try to find this. See if we can find it, any of it, in Big Daddy's shop. He's where I like to shop the most. Support my local shops. Alright, here's the oil that I need. So I can come back and buy that if I need it. But hopefully I can pick up enough. Alright, animal hides. I don't think I see any, huh? I don't know what they look like. No, it looks like he doesn't have any. That kinda sucks. Make sure I don't have any for sale. No, that's good. Well, maybe we can get it from the auction. So what is this? Wool? It's a little bit more than I need. uh, so wool. It's quite a bit, 108%. Rocktropia is not. How many do I need? Fuck. Let's check into the hides. Soft hide. Yeah, this looks right. Let's check Rocktropia, make sure there's none for sale here. No, that's wrong. Alright. Alright, hopefully that's all the soft hide I needed. Oh shit, we're already over the hour mark. Alright, so guys, I'll finish ordering this stuff up and let you guys know how everything went. If you want to help out the show with Patreon, Society 6, Hideout, Swagbucks, GameKit, Free Bitcoin, just click the show more info thing. There's the Judson Weebly is my website, the virtual maid sex machine. It's for adults and men only, but if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. Yeah, here it is, and it is a real device. It actually showed up in the mail. I haven't opened it yet, but maybe I'll save it for New Year's or something. Alright, take care everyone, have a good one, and talk to you later. And if you happen to get any soft hide in your vaporizer, it tastes like shit, give the show a dislike, but if it doesn't happen, you can help with a like. Really appreciate it. Just make sure you never buy the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone. But yeah, and also don't forget, check out the other links, Raven Jades, Entropia Zines, everyone from Entropia. Alright, take care, bye. See ya. Here's 3 things. Later.